Both China and Vietnam are building up tiny islets across Asia's most disputed sea, but while China receives international criticism, Vietnam receives very little, and even gets some support because its pace of construction is slower and widely seen as defensive. Vietnam's work on islets it has held for decades is kept to areas of the South China Sea closest to its mainland coasts. The country shuns military mega-projects that might appear offensive, and it belongs to the 10-country Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, known for working out any bilateral differences. These factors differed from China. Vietnam has slowly added buildings on some of its 10 major islets since 2017, said a report earlier last month. The report also tracked new communications equipment, a sports field and the extension of a runway from 750 meters to 1,300 meters on its largest holding, Spratly Island. China normally leaves Vietnam alone at sea because they have shown a willingness to bump shoulders with Chinese vessels if pushed. China claims about 90% of the disputed sea, overlapping Vietnam's smaller claim as well as tracts that 4 other governments call their own. The other claimants are Brunei, Malaysia, the Philippines and Taiwan. Chinese reclamation work particularly alarms Vietnam because China controls the full Paracel archipelago, also claimed by Hanoi, and 3 major islands in the Spratly chain. Vietnam also has picked up support from Japan and the United States, both keen to limit Chinese expansion. Japan's agreement in 2014 to donate 6 Coast Guard vessels to Vietnam helped prove its power projection abilities. The U.S. Navy regularly passes ships through the sea to warn China. A weapon tested by North Korea is thought to have been a guided weapon for ground combat and not a ballistic missile, South Korean military said, indicating it was a conventional weapon and not one subject to international sanctions. South Korea and the United States ran a joint assessment of the test, the military spokesman said without offering further details about the weapon. The Pentagon said the test did not involve a ballistic missile and posed no threat to the U.S. or its allies in the Pacific. There was a test, Mr. Patrick Shanahan, the acting defense secretary, told reporters as he met his Albanian counterpart at the Pentagon. There is no change to our posture or to our operations. A U.S. official familiar with the assessment told that North Korea tested components for an anti-tank weapon, rather than a fully operational new weapon. The official added that data the U.S. has been able to review indicated the components were inconsequential to any advanced North Korean military capability. Navies of India and Vietnam held a 4-day maritime exercise off Cam Ranh Bay in Vietnam with an aim to boost operational cooperation. Indian Navy's warships Kolkata and Shakti participated in the annual exercise, comprising a harbor and a sea phase, the Indian Navy said. India and Vietnam share a robust defense cooperation, especially in the area of maritime security. Enhancing military ties was also a key element of talks during the visit of Vietnamese President India in March last year. In 2016, during the visit of Indian Prime Minister to Vietnam, the relations between the 2 countries were elevated to the level of comprehensive strategic partnership.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you like the channel and want to support, please support on Patreon or PayPal. The details are given below in the description.